Melanie Brown, known as Mel B, has had a turbulent journey in her personal life, and she recently opened up about how her past marriage deeply impacted her view on relationships and marriages going forward. The former Spice Girl, who rose to fame in the 90s as one of the beloved members of the girl group, shared her thoughts and emotions in a candid conversation on the Mad, Sad and Bad with Paloma Faith podcast. Mel's story is a testament to the resilience and strength that many people find within themselves when they are faced with abuse, emotional pain, and a sense of betrayal. During her marriage to Stephen Belafonte, Mel B endured a difficult and painful experience, one that she says left her feeling scared and hesitant to open her heart to another relationship in the future. She was married to Belafonte for nearly a decade, a relationship that she eventually described as abusive and mentally taxing. The traumatic years of living in such an environment had a profound impact on her mental health, and her journey of healing and recovery has been long and painful. In her conversation with Paloma Faith, Mel B shared the emotional toll that the abuse and strained relationships had on her. "I never wanted that feeling because I didn't think it would ever exist again," she confessed. She had believed that the intense love she had felt at the beginning of her marriage was real and strong, and it was difficult for her to reconcile the feelings of love with the reality of the abuse she suffered. "I thought I was in love and look what happened to me for 10 years, she added. This heartbreak and betrayal led to a shift in her perspective on relationships, causing her to become anti-relationship for a long time after her divorce. Mel B's experiences highlight the emotional weight that comes with the dissolution of a marriage, especially when it involves abuse. It's common for individuals who have experienced such traumatic events to struggle with trust and to feel hesitant about opening themselves up to others again. For Mel B, her post-divorce journey has been about self-repair and healing. She made it clear that her focus shifted to rebuilding her life and mending the relationships with those closest to her, including her mother and sister. As she works through her personal struggles, her priority has always been the well-being of her children. "I'm trying to repair myself and repair all these broken relationships with my mom and my sister and make sure my kids are okay. That's my priority and it still is my priority," Mel B shared during the podcast. This statement reinforces the depth of her commitment to her family, particularly to her children, as she worked through the trauma of her marriage and the aftermath of her divorce. For many, the breakdown of family relationships can be just as painful as the breakdown of a marriage. Mel B's struggles to reconnect with her mother and sister are all too common for people who have gone through traumatic experiences. Family dynamics can be deeply affected when one person goes through significant life changes or emotional turmoil. For Mel B, the complicated emotions of rebuilding family connections and maintaining a healthy family dynamic while dealing with personal trauma have been a challenging part of her post-divorce healing process. The trauma from her marriage with Stephen Belafonte, which ended in divorce in 2017, was not easy for Mel B to overcome. She has since opened up about how her marriage left her feeling trapped, both emotionally and mentally. It's often difficult for people to understand the complexities of an abusive relationship, especially when it appears from the outside that everything is fine. For Mel B, the reality of the relationship was starkly different, and she has been incredibly brave in sharing her journey to recovery. Her courage to share such personal and painful experiences is an inspiration to many who may be going through similar situations. By speaking out, Mel B has not only shed light on the importance of breaking free from abusive relationships but has also highlighted the emotional healing and self-care that follow. Her experience is a reminder that healing is not a linear process. It takes time, support, and self-reflection to rebuild and repair oneself after a long, painful journey. Mel B also spoke about her relationship with her new partner, whom she describes as someone who understands her on a deep level. "My partner I've known since I was young and he knew my dad really, really well," she said. "So it's nice to be with somebody that's from my neck of the woods." This newfound connection has been comforting for Mel B, especially since it brings a sense of familiarity and security into her life. The comfort she feels from being with someone who understands her past and shares a connection with her late father is clear, and she mentioned that being with this person feels like home. In her marriage to Belafonte, Mel B didn't think she would ever find that sense of security and love again. She had been burned by the idea of love, and it left her cynical about the possibility of a healthy, trusting relationship in the future. However, she now finds herself in a different place emotionally. Even though she hadn't expected to be in another relationship after her divorce, she finds solace and peace with someone who truly understands her journey and offers her the support and love she needs to heal. Reflecting on the impact of her past marriage on her emotional well-being, Mel B has come to realize how deeply abuse can affect not just the individual but also their relationships with others. It takes time for someone to rebuild their trust and sense of security, especially when they've experienced long-term emotional or physical abuse. But Mel B's story is a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the possibility of healing after such devastating experiences. Despite everything she has gone through, Mel B is using her platform to raise awareness about the effects of abusive relationships and the importance of mental health and self-care. She encourages others who may be in similar situations to seek help and support, as it is important to break the cycle of abuse and take control of one's own future. Mel B has become a source of inspiration for many women and individuals in the public eye, demonstrating that no matter how difficult life gets, there is always room for growth, recovery, and ultimately, peace. Mel B's openness about her past struggles and her journey to self-repair is a powerful message of hope and resilience. Her focus now remains on her family, particularly her children, and she has made it clear that they are her number one priority. She has managed to rebuild her life, find love again, and continue to heal from the scars of her past. Ultimately, Mel B's journey is a reminder that healing is a continuous process, and it takes time and patience. Whether it's repairing broken relationships, finding love again, or overcoming the trauma of an abusive marriage, the path to healing is unique to each individual. But with determination, support, and self-love, there is always the possibility of recovery and building a brighter future. This conversation with Paloma Faith provides an honest and vulnerable glimpse into Mel B's life, offering a deeper understanding of her past and the personal growth she has achieved since her divorce. It's clear that Mel B is now in a much healthier and happier place, and her story continues to resonate with many who may be facing their own